In 1966, brothers Paul Van Doren and Jim Van Doren opened their business in Anaheim, California. The Van Doren Rubber Company is unique because it manufactured shoes on the spot and sold them directly to the public. The name House of Vans was coined in the early 70s. In 1976, the number 95, or the Era, becomes the shoe of preference for most skaters throughout Southern California. Vans also debuts its famous off-the-wall logo. The following year, 1977, the Vans number 36 shoes become the Old Schools, and the Vans number 98 shoes become known as the iconic slip-ons. In 1984, Vans files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. Although the core Vans shoes are selling well, the wide range of products that Vans offers has drained the company's resources, and Vans was not able to overcome its debt. They paid back the full $12 million to all of the investors within 3 years. In 1991, Vans makes its initial public offering of stock at $14 on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange. In 1997, Vans begins creating the world's leading action sports series with the purchase of the Triple Crown Surfing. By showcasing skateboarding, BMX, surfing, wakeboarding, snowboarding, freestyle motocross, and supercross. In 2001, Vans enters into contracts with NBC Sports and Fox Sports. In June of 2004, VF Corporation completes the purchase of Vans for $396 million, including its stock. In 2006, Anthony Van Engelen becomes the first team rider for Vans apparel. In 2011, Vans passes the $1 billion mark in its sales for the first time in its history. In the 1980s, skateboarding was still new, and there hadn't been many shoes designed with skateboarding in mind. Nike basketball shoes were really popular among the skateboarding community because of their durability and flat soles. In 1996, Nike tried their first entry into the world of skateboarding shoes. At the time, skating shoes didn't really have the niche from big-time corporations. Their shoes at the time were also not the prettiest and didn't skate very well. Team rider Bam Margera used to wear S-axles and glued Nike logos onto the sides of them. In the year 2000, Nike made their second attempt at skateboard marketing by buying the brand Savior. Savior was a small Portland, Oregon-based skate brand that was still in its design stage. The team included Brad Statba, Brian Anderson, Stefan Janowski, and John Rattray, who all went on to work for or ride for Nike SB. This attempt was again unsuccessful. In 2001, Nike planned its third attempt at entering the skateboarding world. They put Sandy Bodecker on the case, who is the right-hand man of Mark Parker, the CEO of Nike, as well as Phil Knight. He was the man that they put to the task for Nike Soccer in Europe, another market that Nike found difficult to enter. Bodecker understood that if Nike wanted to become successful in the skateboarding market, that they needed to come in with skateboarding's best interest in mind. This time around, he made sure that they gave back to the local skateboard community, shops, and skaters. He also understood skateboarding and the importance of authenticity in the community that surrounded it. Bodecker also understood that Nike had a rich history in skateboarding, and he wanted to play on that history by advertising it. Instead of trying to design new shoes, he wanted to go with old school. This attempt was successful. Vans' marketing technique could be broken down into 5 steps. The first step is taking risks. Vans took a large step by creating clothes for skaters. At the time when it was created, skating wasn't really accepted by society yet. This was a risk, but it paid off. The second step was the unintentional product placement. Vans didn't really have to pay a lot for advertising because many celebrities just wore them in their everyday lives. They just wore the Vans and their image was released around the media. It was pretty much free advertisement. It was also featured in several movies on Hollywood. Was the customization. At the time, many places did not offer any type of customization with their product. This was appealing to their customers, and they took advantage of this feature. The customization helped show them which shoes the customers were into, and so they narrowed their selection into several types of pairs. The fourth major step by Vans was its social media presence. They are known for their cool advertisements of skating videos. This inclines customers to buy their products. The fifth step is that there is no substitute for human contact, and that definitely. The marketing strategy for Nike can also be broken down into 5 parts. Most ads made by Nike hardly ever include the actual product. They mostly use emotional branding by talking about the long journey that athletes endure into getting to the point of their careers where they are today. They want you to be motivated in working out and exercising and to become a better you. Even their logo says it. Just do it. Nike is also currently working on groundbreaking technology. They are trying to integrate self-lacing shoes into our everyday lives and to make our lives easier. In the past, they also had engaged their audience with Nike Plus. Nike Plus tracked the amount of steps that a person takes. When it came out, this was groundbreaking technology because there had been nothing of the sort. They have also opened up centers throughout the United States where they volunteer in communities. These communities need help. Nike has also advertised their belief in activists such as Colin Kaepernick. With a social media presence of over 110 million followers on Instagram, Nike has already established such a large fan base and following for their products. Since 2018, Vans has grown its profits from a little over 24%. It is projected to make over $4 billion in the year 2020. Last year, Nike SB made a revenue of $495 million of wholesale revenue. This total, essentially unchanged from the previous year. The division Nike SB is in is Nike Action Sports. Nike Action Sports accounted for only 2% of the $20.8 billion Nike brand has made. Vans doesn't spend as much money as Nike does on advertisement. This is so because celebrities naturally wear them in their everyday lives, and when their pictures go viral in the media, it is unexpectedly advertised to people. An example would be when Twilight was big at the time, Kristen Stewart put her footprints on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in the famous checkered Vans. This was heavily recognized and it led to a spike in sales that year. By spending lots of money on advertisements, Nike is able to advertise to fans of all sports. They usually choose an athlete that is currently popular and build an advertisement around him or her. This engages the audience and inclines them to buy their product.